Tenant Productions.
On the ground to third. Go to second one. They say on the exchange. And they're going to get Hoskins, I believe, on an overslide. And now McNeil and Hoskins exchanging. And the Brewers are coming out of the dugout. And McNeil getting fired up at second base. Now everybody coming out of the dugouts. And even more so. Now the bullpens spill out and McNeil having to be restrained. So we take another look at it.
Yeah, he takes off, he's running. I don't think he's trying to do anything other than he just late slid.
I mean, that to the letter of the law is not allowed anymore. You're not allowed to slide past the bag.
Slide rule violation. Runner at second is out.
I'm a little surprised by that, Tim.
Yeah, well, the rule is you got to have within arm's length. Yeah, he can say he didn't try to get too far away from the base. He hugged close to it. I mean, the umpire is right there. They even had a chance to review it.
See how much he hits. He's going to try to bunt for a base hit. And he will succeed. Turner's throw goes down the line. Caballero rounding second on his way to third. And he'll be out easily there, but the Rays will get a run out of it. And oh, and some words. And now a shove as the Blue Jays get out there quickly to wrap up 𝗠𝗟𝗕 𝗙𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀, and the dugouts and the bullpens have cleared.
These two ball clubs play a lot of tight games, and emotions oftentimes run pretty high. But it didn't take long for everybody to meet at third base.
Cabrera is in the dugout. Some words exchanged between him and Caballero.
Look out here. A conversation between Willie Adames and James McCann. Didn't take much to spark a big-time disagreement. Bench is empty. Bullpen's empty. This is not the first time Milwaukee has gotten into a tiff with an opponent this year.
James McCann, he's sticking up for his Orioles team. I'm not sure if he took exception to Willie Adames on a homer, but Willie and the Brewers are not going to back down.
Everybody's still milling around.
Pat Murphy and Brandon Hyde are talking at home plate too, trying to sort it out. This is why I took offense to it. Here it is.
At the top it said on the mentality. Up by the
Profar didn't like that at all, and saying some stuff now to Will Smith.
Yeah, he kind of took a couple steps out towards. It was a pitch in.
And now the benches are empty. Betts came in.
And you know what? Chris Guccione doing a nice job. He cannot control the emptying of the benches and the bullpens, but I think he did a nice job separating the two.
Looks in with that blue glove, and the 1-1 pitch is rolled to first base. Hoskins fields, tosses to Uribe covering. And there's one away in the 8th. Abner trying to put that last outing against the Yankees. Oh, now we have some punches being thrown as Abner Uribe and Siri into it. And the benches have cleared, and the Brewers are not having it. Rhys Hoskins in the middle of it, and that escalated very, very quickly. Ricky Weeks is wandering out there. Remember, Pat Murphy already ejected. Freddie Peralta was ejected. And now punches were thrown in front of first base, and Jose Siri was in the middle of it. That got heated very quickly. Siri grounded out, and it was a 3-1 putout. So Uribe was at the bag as Siri was coming through the bag, and words were exchanged, and then things escalated from there. But this thing got escalated a couple of innings ago when it didn't have to be, and a bunch of temperatures got raised as a result of it. Uribe looked back at Siri after he got to the first base bag, and then Siri started walking at him, and Uribe and Siri both look like they threw punches.
Ground ball to first. Snagged by Smith. Martin again runs the drill.
And despite getting a guy down to third base, they can't bring him in. We're tied 1-1 in the middle of the 7th.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Who's the first base coach?
Both benches and both bullpens emptied. No punches thrown, no fisticuffs, nothing like that.
Ball from Smith, and Quentin Berry starts yapping at him. I don't know if he said something first to it or not, but I mean, you're the first base coach. The guy's upset or whatever it is, player walking off the field, you're a first base coach. Grab the stuff from your player and get back to the bench. So this is what we're seeing here now. It's a ground ball to first base. Martin gets over, fields it. I don't know what's going on here, but Martin's talking to himself. Berry now starts yapping to him, giving him some choice words. And next thing you know, we got benches clearing, got people. That's not the first base coach's situation. You can't put yourself in a spot like that if you're a first base coach.
And I don't think it was Christian Yelich either.
No.
The batter runner. I don't think it was him. He had crossed the bag. It looked like the play was over. It was done. The inning was over.
I think it hit him. Jay Rayburn kind of walked out there. And you see him. That's why he walked out there. Harper's barking at him. Killer's walking out. Giants dugout's got to respond to this. And here they come.
Well, you know my opinion on this?
Yeah.
Kyle Harrison just wanted to throw the fastest fastball he's ever had in his life.
He'll throw that change up to the righties. We got some chirping going on at home plate right here. We got some.
Whoa. Profar got into it with the catcher, Ruiz, and the bench is empty. So last night, Profar, after the walk-off, appeared to be motioning towards the Nats dugout, and words were just exchanged here as Profar was stepping into the box. And of course, he had the walk-off last night, and the catcher, Ruiz, kind of got pushed out of that area by his teammates. He appeared to be the most aggressive in it all. Manny came over from the on-deck circle, and he also got involved trying to separate some people. Wandy Peralta trying to fix some things here. Profar's just kind of listening, and then Manny came over and pushed him out of the way. Last night, this was after the walk-off, and he was kind of motioning towards their dugout. And this is probably what they took exception to last night, I would imagine. I mean, it was a tough loss for them all the way around. They had a 3-run lead going into the bottom of that inning. Now the conversation continues here. Profar and Ruiz, as the umpires were busy talking to each other, and these two are back to talking together. And they seem okay. And actually, I think they were okay until Manny kind of arrived on the scene there before.
Yeah.
Now Profar's backing away. And now more Padres are coming out. Schultz coming out.
Hit him in the helmet. Well, let's hope he's okay. And he gets right up. How about that? You can see Kjerstad wants to stay in, but that's scary, Jeff.
It is. You never want to have anything come up around a player's head.
And now Hyde is yelling toward the Yankee dugout. Now he's going up against Wells. And now both benches are going to empty. Two frustrated teams letting it all hang out. Now they're coming in from the bullpen.
Well, they have a little history from the time in the Bronx. You wondered if it was going to carry over here at Camden Yards in Baltimore.
Well, good job by Cal Quantrill to limit the damage. Yeah, what's going on? Stallings and Quantrill
And both benches are empty. Reese McGuire took issue with Cal Quantrill.
Somebody's yelling at Bud Black. Nick Pavetta's yelling at Bud Black.
I'm not sure what happened with this pop-up. Oh, Cal was excited about that, and then McGuire started yelling at him, and then Cal was jawing back.
To me, it was a visceral reaction to, hey, I got out of this limiting the damage, and not as much I got you, Reese McGuire.
They're just going to issue warnings to both benches.
Take a strikeout, but that ground ball might work. 1, 2, just what the doctor ordered. A double play to get us to the bottom of the 4th inning. Take a look at Cronenworth sliding in, trying to maybe break up a double play. At first glance, nothing.
Which you can't do anymore. But he does have a little bit of a late slide. And look at that left foot.
Spike.
Right on the ankle of Otto Lopez. And there was a slide yesterday. It was in between. He kind of did similar things into second base. So there was a question there that time by Otto Lopez.
So saying something maybe about that spike, and Cronenworth saying he's not trying to hurt you. And then guys start getting mixed up. Cronenworth explaining himself. Otto's a little upset because that's, as you mentioned a couple of times.
Yeah.
But then Brewhan got caught up with Jurickson Profar going to left field, and then the benches emptied. No punches thrown, nothing like that. They meandered out onto the field more than anything.
In third, 2 away. 1-2 to Rosarena. Off the end of the bat to right. And Jack Flaherty's going to get out of this. Betts waits on it to come down. Middle 3. It stays 1-0. Well, you might have caught the very beginning of it as we went to break right there, but a little extracurricular. Remember, last time that Rosarena was up, Jack Flaherty hit him, and Rosarena didn't like that. They exchanged words. Jack had a word for him here as this ball's fly to right field. The guys came together. Jack had a few more words for him. The third base coach, Manny Acta, had his say in the matter. And then Dave Roberts came out, and the benches slowly started to triple empty, but cooler heads prevailed.
Yeah, you know, it looked like Rosarena ain't talking, but when Rosarena hit that fly ball, right when he hit that fly ball, I don't know if Jack said something, but he definitely looked at Rosarena once he hit that fly ball. And Rosarena noticed that, or he either heard something, but he turned right at him, and he didn't even worry about going to first base. He was just like, wait a minute, you have something to say?